Hey, Howell, it's been a while. It's been a while since I've done a live stream, and I'm just going to tell you now. I'm going to warn you now. My internet sucks. Hey, Joseph, how are you? Yeah, it's just absolutely horrible. So that's why you're seeing this. I'm looking at it on YouTube, and it just absolutely looks horrible. I don't know if it's just StreamYard. I don't get it. Um, I've had a lot of problems with StreamYard. I don't know. I think it's time to move on. I was looking at Streamlabs. I don't know, but probably change the format come the new season, which comes up in September. This is horrible, absolutely horrible, constantly. Like it looks like shit right now. So I apologize for the way it looks on YouTube. StreamYard sucks, or I could say. So does my internet. How are we all doing? How are we doing? It's been a while. I popped into Matt's birthday stream, kind of on his Secret Vault Unleashed. Interesting conversation. Yeah, that that was interesting. It was interesting. But yeah, but we haven't done a stream here. I've been thinking about it, but then I really haven't had time because preparing to head to New York City. I'll be in New York City next week for the week. I'm looking forward to that. New York City. It's been a while. I haven't been to New York. I think since the year before 9/11. Yeah, the year before the world changed. And look at that. Hey, Frank, how are you, buddy?
Hello,
Good to
mate.
good to see you, mate.
Yeah,
How we doing? How's everything going, man?
that's okay. Bit hot and muggy over here.
Yeah, I mean it's been hot. We had monsoons. I literally had to change my sub pump because we had flooding. We had like literally a month's worth of rain in like 3 days.
We didn't have it that bad, but we had
No.
we had I had a storm here a couple of nights ago. Heavy rain,
Oh yeah.
but it wasn't like flooding or nothing. So,
So what's the temperature now? What's it like there now?
uh, I'm not sure. So look, uh,
Hello, sir. How are you?
Very well, thank you. I'm all right. Hello, Frank. Hello, Steve. Hello, everyone in the
Hey.
chat.
hello, John. It's
And
20,
yeah.
20 degrees at the minute.
Wow. And that's without humidity, or is that with the humidity?
Well, it just says 20 degrees, feels like 20, humidity 77.
Oh wow.
I'll
Yeah,
top
I
you
mean,
with 21 here. Now I'm in my man cave and it's fucking roasting, but outside it's 21 degrees.
okay.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Here currently, I'll let you guys know. Hold on. Currently here, it is 23. Feels like 25.
yeah.
But that is cool compared to what we've had. I mean, it's been really humid. I mean, we're talking about with the humidex, it's been up to like close to 35 to 37 at some days. It's
It's
been
meant to be 30. It's meant to be 30 degrees tomorrow.
oh there.
Yeah, over here. So I don't know about where you are, Frank, but you're not too far away from me, so it's probably about the same.
Yeah. Let's have a look.
I mean
Tomorrow,
that's good timing for some evening exploring, right, John?
30 degrees, yeah. 30 degrees
Possibly.
at 1 o'clock. By 1
Wow.
o'clock, it's 30 degrees, yeah.
Wow.
I'm in my
And
short. I'm in my shit. I'm in my shorts. Like it's that hot. I mean,
me too. It's hot. I got the AC on, but I still feel the humidex.
I'm in my holy jeans and bare feet.
Holy jeans and bare feet. Sounds like a good tune, man. Holy jeans and bare feet. That's when you pull the guitar, Frank, and start formulating that. So, do you have a gig this weekend?
Yeah, outside one
Yeah.
as well. So
Hey, well known. How are you? Outside. So, wow, it's going to be humid and wow.
yeah.
What's it like playing outdoors and humid? It must be pretty brutal.
But it's better than playing inside where there's no aircon.
Yeah, true. If there's no AC, it's like, no, no, I'm not. We're not doing it. It's insane
No,
because you're trying.
nowhere. We don't have aircon in Britain. Most places.
Really?
No.
Wow.
Yeah, we don't have them in our houses really, unless you install it yourself. I mean,
Yeah.
offices do, some areas do, but other than that,
Is it because it's normally not that hot? It's normally what more like I mean, what is it normally like there this time of the year?
Well, it's hot in the summer, but
Yeah.
it's only summer only lasts bloody 4 weeks or so, doesn't it? Over here, we're lucky if we get 4 weeks of hot weather. So
yeah,
it's not really worth it, is it?
it tends to be quite low and rain a lot. Really, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean we've had a shitload of rain here, but I mean summer like here it goes from depending on the season, but the year goes from late June to at times early September. Like it gets so hot and so humid. Like usually July going into August, it really gets you. Cheer, yeah, cheers, Frank. Cheers.
Cheers,
Well,
Frank.
it's,
Yeah,
Oh,
thank,
cheers. Cheers,
thank,
John. Hey,
cheers to
Sixtus, how are you? Good to see you.
Sixtus or Mimi.
I've
Mm.
run out
So
of beer, so I've got to drink wine. You know, one of those things.
What's crazy here because the province that I'm in is so fucking archaic with its liquor laws. They have regulation here, so you have to go to a liquor store, like a Liquor Control Board of Ontario, which is so archaic, to buy most of your wine and booze and everything else. They're on strike, so people are like jonesing. Joe, where do I get my booze? But they've opened up things now where you can literally buy spirits, booze, and beer in like convenience stores, gas stations, grocery stores now, the way it should have been years ago, right?
Why were they
The
on
way,
strike?
well, their job security, really. Job
Oh, okay.
security, yeah, job security, and they don't want to. They like the ready to drink, like the White Claws and the Twisted Teas and shit like that. The vodka coolers. They don't want to lose that because they make so much profit off those things.
when's
You
your
know,
elections? When's Polyev getting in?
more or less, buddy. More or less. I can't see Trudeau being reelected. I mean, I'd be amazed if he got reelected.
Uh,
Honestly.
Polyev,
Ye-
I've been watching him, and he's got really good. I think he's really good.
Well, I mean, a lot of people will go, well, more of the same, but the opposite side. Cut, 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 and hey, I mean, things have gotten out of hand. It's just been so. It's just ridiculous. Hey, Sue, how are you? It's ridiculous. There's got to be a stop. I mean, people just don't understand that you can't keep spending, and then just think that shit's not going to come back to bite you in the ass, and it's
I
going
play.
to.
I done a stream the other day, and I played a long interview with Polyev when he was in the orchard eating the apple.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've seen that one.
I haven't seen that. No.
Yeah, the reporters are right. I don't know, dickhead.
The only thing that he has against him right now that a lot of people are picking at is that he's not talking he's not talking a lot about climate change. And in this day and age, well, oh my God, we got to make sure we cover that because people are so fucking, but, and I guess the native affairs, because I mean, here the native affairs are like front and center now because of all the shit that's gone on. But I mean, if he's able to sort of bring them on and sort of address those, I think I don't think he'll have a problem at all. I really don't.
I
You know.
can't see Trudeau getting in again. He's like a bloody Nazi.
Oh, he is, and the NDP, which is the third party, signed on with the Liberals, which is Trudeau, to get some of their points out there during the Trudeau invasion, if you will, and they're in bed with the Liberals, and yeah, I can't see either one of them getting elected. I mean, this country would be so fucked up if they it's already fucked up. It's fucked up now, but I mean, if they were to vote, or even if it was like a close decision, people, come on, wake up. But I know there's a lot of people, even who voted for Trudeau in the past, have gone, okay, no, enough's enough. Enough's enough. I mean, you guys are what, a Labor Party now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
got another paedophile protector in government.
So I mean, how's that going to affect you guys over there? Like, how's that going to affect?
Well, nothing's going to change.
No,
I don't think. Well, nothing ever does change. So why expect it?
It will start out fairly all right, and then it will go tits up like normal.
Yeah. Well,
they come in, they do a little bit of fucking housekeeping. They start going, all about this, all about that. Try and get people on their side. Do a little bit of niceness, and then it all go fucking tits up because they ain't got a plan.
Yeah, exactly.
We've got that Keir Starmer as our fucking prime minister now, and he was the chief of justice when people were trying to prosecute Jimmy Savile, and he blocked it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He protected Jimmy Savile from being prosecution.
I mean, let's face it, though. Honestly, these politicians, whatever party they are, they're all fucking frauds. No matter what. I mean, none of them have our best interest, do they?
No, they're in it for their own interests.
Exactly.
All of them.
I mean, you look at the states now with the Biden saga. I mean, I can't see him continuing.
Hasn't he said that he's going to drop out of the?
I'm hearing that. Yeah, I mean, they've been saying, "Look, you gotta fucking step down."
Biden, the excuse is that he got COVID.
Well, he's got COVID now. Yeah,
he's got COVID, and because he's got an illness, he's not allowed to run, and he has to stand down.
He's got COVID, and he accidentally contracted. He accidentally contracted dementia at the same time.
He's been demented for the past bloody 3 years.
Yeah, Come on, that debate between him and Trump. I mean, for crying out loud. I mean, right there, no matter what. Even if you don't like Trump, for crying out loud. I mean, Biden. And then, of course, you've got the third wheel in there. You've got Robert Kennedy Jr., who's running as an independent. But now they're talking about collusion in there with Trump. Oh yeah, we'll work together to make sure they don't get elected.
It's finally RFK, Robert Kennedy Jr. has finally got Secret Service protection after the assassination attempt, because he was refused it up until the attempt.
So was Trump, wasn't he? He was refused it.
Yeah, he was refused any more protection. That's why they had all the women protecting him instead. They were only 5'2".
5'2". And I look at Robert Kennedy. Of course, his lineage. People go, "Well, hey, look at this guy. Descendant of John F. Kennedy and Robert F. Kennedy or whatever, Robert Kennedy." But I mean, when you look at him, he's got that condition. I can't remember the condition he has, but I mean, Americans are notorious for looking. Hey, he seems weak because of his condition, right? So I mean, I can't see people. I mean, yeah, you probably have your people that will follow and vote for him, but I mean, I can't see him being a decision maker at all, like a decider, if you will, between the two main parties at all. I really don't.
Yeah, well, he's got that. He got a parasite or something when he was a kid, didn't he?
Yeah,
And it
Because
caused
you've got
this.
spasmodic dysphoria, isn't it?
Yeah, to do with his
Or
vocal
dysphonia.
cords. Yeah, dysphonia.
yeah, it
Spasmodic
causes them
dysphonia.
to quiver.
Yeah, it causes his vocal cords to go into spasms.
Yeah, so when he talks, yeah. So
Yeah, it's like
obviously,
a nerve damage type thing.
yeah, so obviously he's had to learn how to sort of speech with the condition. And I mean, hey, look, he's done a great job. But I mean, I honestly, in terms of people looking at him as a possible, you know,
He's
I
fit.
don't. Yeah, oh yeah, no, I know he's fit, but the thing is, you know how Americans are. That's a weakness.
That's not a
That's
weakness. At least what's
to us,
comes out
maybe
of his
not,
mouth
but I
is the
mean,
truth.
Americans are very stern with that shit.
He's intelligent.
Oh, he's very intelligent. I mean, when you look at a lot of the stuff he is sort of running for,
Yeah.
the other two don't give a shit about. And that's good. You want to have somebody who will run, and a part of their platform is stuff that these other two just don't really give a shit about, that are important to a lot of people.
Mm.
Like, for instance, mass produced food.
Yeah. Food safety. Oh, because the food
Food
safety in America
safety.
is diabolical.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
It's fucking horrible. Hey, IC33. Yeah, it's horrible. I mean, you look at the additives that they have in their cereals alone that are outlawed everywhere else in the world except for there. Food colorings.
Yeah.
Additives that, just why?
It's not just that. It's cancer-causing bloody chemicals in most of their food,
Exactly.
which are banned in all of Europe and Britain and most of the world, all of the
Eh?
world, except for America. America is still the only one countries that allow DDT in their bloody food.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna say I'm guilty because I'm a big Halloween guy. I love Halloween, and I go down there quite often just to pick up stuff. And I'm guilty for picking up some of this shit and going, "Oh, maybe I shouldn't have." When you
Well,
look at the ingredients,
well, if you're
huh.
giving it away to trick-or-treaters, fair dues.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly,
take the DDT. It'll be fine. It'll be all right.
dude. You know how many kids I usually have at the door for Halloween? Take a guess.
20, 30. Oh, more. Fucking
Oh,
hell.
we're talking about 250 kids.
Fucking
Bloody
hell.
hell.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The
It's
past few years that I've lived here, I've never had a knock on the door, not once.
not once, huh? Wow. Well, because I
Not once.
mean, Halloween isn't really a big thing over in the UK, is it?
Not
Not
really,
as
no.
such. No, I mean where I am, we do have kids knock on the door, but it always depends because like I've done it, done it a few years, and you have the pumpkins out and all that, and people knock on the door. If you
Yeah.
don't have anything out, they won't knock on the door.
Yeah.
They literally they just bypass. If you stand there with a Halloween mask on, they shit themselves and still come to them.
Yeah, scare the shit out of them.
I've done that a few times.
Oh
It's
yeah.
always, it's always good.
I usually do my house up, right? So when the kids show up, they're like, "Oh maybe I don't want to go to that door.
That's
No,
Holy-
you guys celebrate. Sorry, Frank.
no, that's all right. Go on.
I was going to say, you guys in America and Canada, you really do celebrate it. You go full board on it, don't you?
In the US, yes. Here, sporadically. It depends on where you live. But like I'll go,
No.
like I love going down because I usually take my holidays in the fall around that time because I love doing up my house. But I'll go down to the US and I'll visit you know, New York State, Western New York, and stuff like that, because they honestly, when you go in to some of these towns, because they don't only celebrate Halloween, but they celebrate harvest, right? So
Mm.
it's kind of hand in hand. So I mean, it starts with the harvest, and then Halloween, and then Thanksgiving, because their Thanksgiving's in November. Ours is in October. Hey, Buddha Chris. You know, it's and so it's hand in hand. So when you go to these small little towns, they do the towns up like, you know, they got the corn stalks, they got the scarecrow contest, you name it. I mean, it's like wow.
It's
Here you don't get that
surprising, really.
here.
Surprising for such a Christian and evangelical country like America to go full balls to the wall on a pagan holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, huh? But it's mostly in the sort of northeastern states where a lot of, say, um basically where, you had a lot of, in the beginning, you had a lot of Brits that had, obviously relocated here, but you had the battle with the loyalists. So the loyalists were, obviously loyal to the English crown. They said, "Oh fuck, man, we got to get out of here because the Americans want to be independent from England and blah blah blah." But they kept the traditions. They kept the traditions coming over from European countries, especially England, and not France, but a little France more here. But French don't really give a shit about Halloween. It's more, German, English, Irish, that sort of realm that really influences the Halloween sort of aspect. But now it's just commercial.
You
It's
got
all
a lot of French influence in Canada, haven't you?
sorry.
You got a lot of French influence in Canada,
Yeah,
especially
well,
your government.
yeah, Quebec, right? Quebec is
Yeah,
is huge. I mean, for years they wanted to separate and become their own country, and I'm like, haha, go ahead.
I'm going out there. I'm out
Yeah,
here.
go ahead, make life harder for you because everything's got to come through Canada to get to
yeah.
you, so it makes it more expensive, right? They want to be. It's really weird because I mean, when you look at the East Coast of Canada, you have Newfoundland, New Brunswick, PEI, Nova Scotia, and all that kind of shit. And just off the coast, what's really weird, off the coast of Newfoundland, you have this small little island. I think it's Saint Pierre or something, whatever. It's fucking a part of the European Union.
Oh, really?
It's so,
Yeah.
yeah, it's so fucking weird. So you take a boat over to go there. You have to give them your passport, and of course,
Mhm.
this small little island, the currency is the euro,
It's owned by
and it's
Ireland, I think.
yeah, and it's literally it honestly, it's like a small version of Europe. It's
I
really
think
Wow.
weird.
I think it's because when Ireland, Republic of Ireland, sailed to North America and Canada
Yeah.
in like the 600s,
Mhm.
550 or something. Like they were the first to land there, and they had a colony there, which stayed there. So it's always been an Irish-owned land because there was no natives there when they moved there
No.
You
on
have
that
to
island.
forgive me. I don't know. I know very little about Canada. Well, Canada. and you Canadians.
Can I-
And obviously, I know a lot about America, but it's always been that America and Canada divide, as far as I can see. You hate each other. I might be wrong, but I don't know much more about it. So I'm a bit of a loss here for once.
Canada does not exist. Yeah, it. But I'll tell you. I'll tell you, John. The East Coast. When you go to the East Coast of Canada. So again, I'll repeat: Nova Scotia, PEI, New Brunswick, Newfoundland. That area. If you were to visit that area, you'd go, "Wow, this is a lot like home." This and a lot of the people that live there are Irish English descendants, and I'm telling you, when you go there, you literally feel like you're back home, like in the UK, in an area of the UK, and a lot of people say that.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
isn't it like more Victorian style, the buildings and stuff?
it's more Victorian. It still has its like heritage. It's very historical. The change is very slow. They love that sort of laid back sort of environment. I mean, you go to places like Newfoundland, and you go. They have a street called George Street, and George Street literally has uh, hundreds of bars, pubs, and that's all. It's just pubs. So the whole fucking time you're there, you're literally pub crawling, right?
Nice.
Back. Oh yeah, that's all it is.
I think I can deal with that, don't you, Frank?
Exactly.
If I had
Yeah,
the money,
we're coming over now, right?
yeah, you'd want a mortgage to drink in Canada. It costs a fortune.
It's expensive, man. It really is. It's fucking ludicrous. It's highway robbery what you
Really?
pay here. But okay, let's figure this out. Okay, so
So how
just to
much
get
is it for a pint then?
so okay, how much? Okay, let's okay say Guinness. You go into an average pub there in the UK. What does it cost for a pint of Guinness?
Average is about £5.
Yeah, I was going to
So
say about £5.
So five quid Canadian is roughly about $10 Canadian, right? So
Yeah.
when you go in and get a pint of Guinness here on tap, you're looking at $9 Canadian. But if you're coming over using English currency, it's half that.
Really?
Right? Well, yeah, because you're literally looking, it's roughly about $1.70 Canadian for a British
So
pound.
can
I
you
think.
use British money over there then?
You know
Or
what?
not?
Hey, I wouldn't doubt it if they accepted it. I wouldn't doubt it.
It's got the Queen's head on it, isn't it?
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it because even though we're technically not a part of the Commonwealth anymore, we're still a part of the Commonwealth. I wouldn't doubt it if they'd accept it. But I mean, if you're to exchange it for Canadian dollars, dude, you're doubling you're doubling your currency.
Yeah,
So
I know that one.
Doesn't your money have the Queen's head on it anymore?
It does. It still
So it
does.
does. It still does.
Yeah,
So she's
it
still the
still
monarch.
does. It still does.
Or the King's head.
The $20 bill still has the Queen's head. But I mean, obviously,
They haven't got round to changing any of the money yet, have they?
no. I'm sure that'll come soon. Then we're gonna have
Even here, the money's still got the Queen on it.
Yeah. So I mean,
A lot of it, hasn't it?
do they want to change it, Frank? Do they?
They haven't changed it, but there's so much in circulation that you're not going to really have it straight away, are you?
The only time I saw a King's head is when I got a £50 note, and it had the King's head on it.
I think every coin still. I see. I don't have coins on me. I don't have anything here with me. But even the coins have the Queen's head on the back of the coins.
I've had a 50p with a King's head on
it. Have you?
Yeah, they say out, but it's few and far between because they've only released X amount. Eventually, it will go into legal tender quite a bit. But by that time, he'll probably die anyway. To be
Hey,
fair.
Huey. How's it going, buddy? It's I think for years, for the longest time, we used to have a $50 coin, um, that had for the longest time. I think it was King George. Was it King George? I believe
Mm.
his mug was on the back of it, and then they finally changed it to Queen Elizabeth.
Hell, that was a bit of a long time then.
I know. But it was, I guess, because not a lot of people would grab a $50 coin, right?
Mm.
It was more of a commemorative thing. So it was like in tribute to King George for the longest time, and then finally they changed it. But I think I have a we don't have $1 bills anymore. We got stupid fucking loonies. $1 coin. But for the longest time, when Gareth, how are you? When we had the $1 bill, the $1 bill did have Queen Elizabeth on it as well. Fuck, every one of them had the $2 bill, which is non-existent anymore.
We never had a two. We've got a
Yeah,
£2 coin.
yeah,
Yeah,
we
have a
had it.
£2.
You got a £2 coin. Yeah, we had a $2 bill, and now we got the stupid fucking toonie.
Well,
Fucking
years ago, we had a £1 note. I don't know if you remember, Frank. You may or may not. I don't know.
They got rid of that in the late 80s, didn't they? Or in the 80s?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember having them. I remember going. I went up north somewhere. I was a kid, and I was looking for my money. I couldn't find it. And then later on, just remember finding the £1 note, thinking, "Fucking hell, been looking for that." It was like tucked in me back of me trousers somewhere. I don't know, but yeah. And then they suddenly changed it, didn't they, in the 80s to coins?
Yeah.
And then they introduced a £2 coin.
Hold on, I'm gonna grab something. And I'm gonna show you. Hold on. I'll be right back, guys.
And a £5 coin, which didn't last long.
No, I had one of them somewhere. They're
Yeah,
still legal tender. You can still use them.
Yeah, I've got one. It's in a wallet, like a presentation thing.
Yeah, that's what I had.
I think I bought it got it from the post office. £5 coin.
They have all these commemorative coins, don't they? I collect the 50p's as well. I've got loads of different types of them. You know,
I was collecting them until I ran out of money one time, and I was totally skint. I had to spend them all. I had about 50 of them. And some of them were like really rare as well.
Yeah, I've got a few rare ones.
And I had to.
I had one. I had one, Frank. It was it's got the Kew Gardens on it, and I sold that. I sold it on eBay for 90 quid. It's now worth about 200 and something. But I had two of them, and one I've sold one, and the other one I lost. I still to this day cannot find it. I don't know where it is. It's in the house somewhere.
There's a 2p. There's lots of 2p penny pieces out there that are worth about 40 quid.
Yeah, that's it. I can't remember the date, but it says new pence instead of 2 pence.
Yeah, it says it's 2 pence in the year that they changed to new pence.
Oh, is it the other way around? Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
So here's the 5 cent. Here's our 5 cents. It's got a beaver on the front, right?
Always good to have a beaver.
And then, of course, the Queen's head.
Our 5 is even smaller than that.
Wow. So the Queen's head. Here's the quarter. Our quarter, 25 cents. You got a moose head on it, right? Moose head, and then of course the Queen's head. Yeah. And for years they're like, oh well, we gotta make her look older. We gotta make it look correct. Here's the $1, the new $1. Hey Ollie, how are you? Here's the the loonie, which is a fucking loon on the front, hence the loonie, $1, and of course on the back, the Queen's head. Right, and then the dime has a schooner on the front. and of course the Queen's head. It's always about the Queen, and then of course our toonie, which has a bear in copper and then silver, and on the back, of course, the Queen's head. Right? I mean, I'm not going to get into like our funny money. Here's $100 bill.
Bloody hell, you're rich.
Yeah, I wish. But I mean, who is this? This is what's his name? Hold on a sec.
This is the only odd 50p I got at the minute. Mrs. Tiggy Winkle.
Tiggy Winkle.
Mrs. Tiggy Winkle.
Frank.
And what is that? That is a what?
That's Beatrice Potter.
Yeah, Beatrice Potter one.
That's a. What did you say? 50 pence.
50 pence. Yeah, I've got one here as well. I don't know if you can see this. Right, let's have a look. So we got 50 pence. Where we are, 50 pence. Oh, there we go. Well, on the other side, that side it was. That is 1940. So it's the Battle of Britain.
Wow. Okay.
I've got a
Battle of Britain. To be fair, they're not that. There we go. Look, they're not actually that rare.
No, I've got one as well.
There's a collection of them you can get. I think I've got them all, and they got different ones. But then you got like the usual pound coin we use now, like one of them.
And that's your average pound coin.
Yeah, that's the average pound coin you get.
I've got quite a rare Royal Britannia one.
Oh yeah,
You've got the Britannia sign on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's not that rare, Frank.
It's the first. It was the first year that they were made.
Oh, you got one of them?
It's the oldest one. It's the oldest 50p. It's the first year.
Yeah,
it says Royal Britannia on it.
Yeah.
Well, no,
they just put Royal Britannia on it, didn't they?
Yeah, on the first year they did. Yeah. After that, they just put 50 pence on it.
Yeah, I mean, gold and silver. It fluctuates so much.
Silver's what you want to invest in rather than gold.
Yeah, either one, they fluctuate so much. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, if the banking system is to collapse, I mean, gold and silver is obviously a good thing to have. But I mean, it's just, I mean, it's good to wait.
I've got a weird 20p here. It's pretty dirty, but it's got like a snake on it, a dragon on it.
That's pretty cool. Snake or dragon.
Is that the one? Is that the one? If you put like so many of them together, you make like a.
Yeah, it's got like a dotted line, like a circle, part circle.
Yeah, so I've got a 10p here, right, and it's got like half. It's got half the like 2 or 3 lines on it. So if you can get the other 10p's and you can put them all together, it makes like the crest.
Yeah.
It's the same with the 20p's as well, I think.
Yeah.
So, what is the most common coin, do you think, that you guys use the most?
10p.
Over there. The 10p?
Yeah.
5p. Pretty because we've only got 50s, 20s, 5s, and 10s, and we've got 2s and 1s in coppers, and that's it.
Yeah.
And a pound coin.
So okay, so money. Okay, so your bills. What are your bills made of? Because this is poly crap bullshit.
Yeah, we've got poly crap.
You guys have the same shit?
Yeah. Same shit.
Fucking shit.
Just don't leave them on your fucking dashboard in the sun in your car because they shrink.
Well, no, because they shrink.
I found that out.
When you fold them, they're a pain in the fucking ass. They just don't unfold.
And apparently, if you put them in vinegar, the all the imprint markings disappear on it. They literally come off. I haven't tried it because I'm not going to, but apparently that's what happens.
Yeah, you don't want to, because I mean, you want to use the money, right?
I found out the hard way. I'd left my car in a car park, and I left a £5 note on the dashboard.
Oh,
what happened? It shrank
in the hot sun. Yeah, it was like
really.
It's like 50 degrees inside the car because of the hot sun. And
wow!
I get back in the car about 2 hours later. It's been sitting in the sun for 2 hours. And I
Damn,
get in
that's
there
crazy.
and I go to pick up the £5 note to pay for something. I think I was getting some petrol, and I just reached over for it and I picked it up, and it's like half the size it was before, and it's all like hard and stiff.
Well,
It just
okay,
shrank.
let me
Fuck,
ask you, what's it cost now? Basically, what's it cost now for like a liter of petrol there?
Uh, 140.
140, 142, 143. Depends where you go. I mean, you can get the cheapest you could probably get where I am was the other day was about 139. Let's say 140.
Is that cheap for you guys, or has it gone up? Like,
No,
is it
I
more
remember the time when it was like a pound.
a
Yeah, it used to
pound?
be.
If
Yeah.
not more.
Wow.
That's not a gallon. That's a liter.
Well, a litre, yeah.
Yeah, a liter.
So,
Well, I know because we're a liter too, but I mean, I'm trying to translate it into Canadian dollars, and again, you just literally double it. So it's about $2, Canadian
Yeah, I'd
for a
say the
liter of
average,
gas.
for petrol, not diesel, the average is probably about 145, 143,
Ah,
maybe
even more
145.
than
and
$2. Holy
diesel's
shit!
diesel's more expensive.
Oh,
Wow.
diesel's about 150 something or more.
Ah,
Yeah.
diesel's expensive here too. A liter right now here it's up to, well, it's dropped a little bit, so we're looking at maybe about a dollar 60 Canadian for a liter,
Well,
roughly.
well, with your exchange rate, that's a lot cheaper than what we pay.
Well, yeah,
Oh, fuck.
because I mean the direct American contacts, but and Alberta and so on and so on. But fuck, it's expensive for us because I remember during COVID, I remember it dropped down to 55 cents a fucking liter, 52 cents a liter. I'm like,
Really?
wow. Yeah,
It,
52. Do I have
during
the same?
COVID, it dropped that for us, it dropped down to under a pound. So we're looking at about
Yeah.
98p or something, whatever it was. That's because no one was driving. So I filled my
Well,
car
yeah.
up.
Everyone was panicking. Hold on a second. Let me just see.
I mean, originally it only went up high because historically the gallons of oil, the barrels had never gone over $100 a pop.
No.
And then what
I think
happened was it went over $100 because all the fucking people in the old bidding parlors go, oh, quick, yeah, we'll do this, and it went over, and then obviously it all cottoned on
Can
from
you see
there.
that? Can you see that? 55.2,
Now,
55 cents point two a liter. That's the lowest it ever went. And that was March 25th, 2020, during COVID.
yeah. The equivalent price of petrol from UK to USA
Yeah.
is about the same price for a liter as it is a gallon.
Yep. Well,
right, here we go.
if I was to go down, okay, so right now currently you're looking at about a buck 60 roughly average a liter here. I mean, it fluctuates. If you go to the West Coast, it's a little bit more expensive. It's closer to $2. But if I was to cross the border into New York State and buy gas right now with the exchange, it would cost me about 90 cents a liter.
Mm.
Fucking hell. Right.
90 fucking cents a liter. Imagine what it would cost you guys.
Okay,
Even
so you
less.
want a comparison, yeah? Right. So I've got an app that gives me like cheaper petrol prices. Well,
Mhm.
basically petrol prices all over where I am. The cheapest I can find on here, and this is where I live,
Yeah.
is £1.40.9. So 141 you're looking at, yeah? That's the
Wow.
cheapest. Right. The most expensive I've got is 159.9.
Bloody
Oh,
hell.
that's
So
like
one pound
$3.
60.
That's like $3 for us. So I mean, where does most of your gas come from? Petrol, where does it come from? Where do you guys import it from?
Well, we was getting it from bloody Russia, weren't we? But
Yeah, that's right.
didn't. But America fucked that up by blowing up the Nord Stream pipeline.
Yeah.
So here we are. So I've just clicked on the petrol station, right? So this is the most expensive one within my area. Okay.
Mhm,
So we
mhm.
got unleaded at £1.59.9. So we're looking at £1.60. Yeah. Super unleaded, 184.9. Diesel is 164.9, and then you've got premium diesel at 184.9. You're speechless, isn't you?
Wow.
Shocking, isn't it?
You guys,
Well,
you
the
guys
thing
are.
is, though, I filled the car up that I borrow with premium by accident. Once I picked up the wrong
Yeah.
pump, I started
Ooh,
filling
that
it up.
must have cost you.
I thought, shit. So I still bought the same price. Like I was only gonna put in 30 quid, and I'm thinking, right, I'll just put in 30 quid anyway.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, well, am I gonna have enough to get there? Because I didn't know. I calculated it for like, getting so much, and I thought, okay, I'll go there and go back. I probably used about, I don't know, 3/4 of a gallon to a gallon less fuel using premium than I did using the cheaper stuff on the same journey. So I ended up saving money by getting the premium than I did using the fucking cheap stuff.
Yeah,
Wow.
I found that. I thought that as well. I've done the same thing, Frank. I thought it was just me, but yeah, I think you're probably right. But I don't know how it works. But even
It
so, it's
burns.
still
It
fucking
burns cleaner.
expensive.
It burns cleaner, and it's better for your engine and all. And you get more. You get
Yeah.
more horsepower out of it, so you're not putting your foot down so much.
Yeah.
True.
That's what.
True.
That's what I felt.
I mean, the difference here, I'm thinking, okay, so $1.60 for regular, for premium gas, you're looking at close to $1.90, I think here, $1.90 Canadian. So you figure that's like, you know,
120 or something over here.
one
Last
one
time.
twenty 110 for you guys,
Yeah.
roughly, for premium.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
cheap.
but like the issue I have is basically all tax and what they decide to what they want to
40
charge. Because
42 cents here. 42 cents is
that's because
tax.
you don't pay so much tax, do you? I mean,
Oh,
look,
we're
I've just
taxed up the wazoo here. It's
Not as
ridiculous.
not as much as us.
No, not as much as you guys, but we're taxed
I
like
mean,
shit here.
put it like this, Steve. Right, I've just looked up. Right, so you got Brent oil. Yeah, we all know what that is,
Yeah.
right? A US dollar per barrel is at £84.69, right? So
Yeah.
$89 a fucking thing. And then you transcribe that to what we fucking pay. So you've got tax, obviously the government tax. You got the tax from the fucking petrol, BP or
Yeah.
whoever.
Mhm.
Plus you've got all the other charges they put on top of it to refine it and make it nice. You could quite easily cut that in half, I reckon, and they would still make a fuck off big profit.
Fuck. Incredible.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's an absolute rip off.
Yeah.
These money men just they're just out to fleece everybody.
Of
That's all.
course.
It's all profit. It's straight profit for these guys, and they know it.
Oh,
Did you see that?
millions a day, literally
Did you
millions of pounds a day.
They're
did you
screaming. They're screaming. Okay, let's regulate the gas. Okay, go ahead. And what? Give the government more money? Fuck you.
and
It's ridiculous.
there's loads of insider trading in
Oh
amongst
yeah.
themselves. It's like that. There's a bit of a. Well, it's not a conspiracy. It's actual fact.
Yep.
This company, Austin Trading or whatever it was, shorted the shares on Trump's social one day before the attempted assassination. $100 million shorted the share price, and the price dropped down to virtually zero because
Yeah.
they all still sold their shares the day before, so the price dropped to virtually fucking nothing.
Yeah.
801% it rose the next day after Trump survived.
Let's put the
that
bets
that was
down now.
and that proved that like somebody knew that was going to happen. Otherwise, they wouldn't
Yeah.
have done that. And the
Oh,
shooter
yeah.
was in a BlackRock commercial the year before, last year. He was in a BlackRock commercial. The shooter.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucking weird shit going on down there, man. I mean, just weird
That's
shit.
not a conspiracy theory. That's fact. That's
No,
like
no, exactly. And
yeah.
but the thing is, most people go, "What? What are you talking about, Frank? Frank, what are you talking about?" And because their eyes are closed, they don't look at shit like this. They don't care about shit like this.
Right, I do.
And now it's
No, I know. I'm not saying I care about it too, and it's shit that I observe, and I'm glad that you put that out there because I mean most people don't even bother with shit like that, and people need to know this kind of this info.
It's people need to know who their enemy is.
Yeah,
It's usually not the direct government. It's usually people beyond that, and the people that are controlling the finances, money, investments.
oh yeah.
The big billionaires.
But you watch now. Now Trump survived an assassination. His polls will skyrocket.
well, it's inevitable. It really is. It's
Of course
inevitable. I mean, there's
It was inevitable beforehand, and now
well,
it's
yeah.
now it's a dead
It's just
cert.
a sure shot. Now, no pun intended. But yeah, it looks like we're, and the only thing about Trump, and don't get me wrong, is he's Mr. Tariffs. He loves to say fuck you. You're going to pay a 10% tariff on this, and that's the only thing I don't like about him. It's like fuck off with the tariffs. He's bad with them because I understand he wants to keep everything in house. I get it. But in this market today, as much as we don't like it, it's globalized, right? And it's these global fucking idiots that are making all these fucking dollars on the backs of the average person. It's ridiculous. But hey,
I had an argument with a numbskull on a panel the other day. Early in the week, I think it was, saying that it was a setup. Trump organised it himself.
really? Come on.
It's like I called him a woke tard, a woke left tard, and he got upset. I'm not left. I'm not this. I'm not that. I said, well, you're fucking spouting.
Why?
You're spouting their fucking rhetoric. So of course I'm going
Yeah.
to think you're a fucking left woke
It
tard.
drives me nuts. Why the fuck would somebody, if this was a setup, honestly, you'd kill an innocent person like this retired fireman? Come on. Fuck you.
It was planned. It was definitely planned.
Sure, but
It wasn't
fucking
a setup. I mean,
no, it wasn't a setup.
as if Trump would agree to a 20-year-old kid shooting his ear from fucking
Shooting him.
150 yards. Yeah.
He's not a fucking sharpshooter.
Trusting a 20-year-old kid who's not even trained.
Absolutely not.
To just shoot his ear. Yeah, right. Fucking brave.
So who do we blame next? Biden. Oh, come on. We'll say the Dems did it, right?
It proves that Trump's doing something right in the sense that the people want to kill him.
People don't understand. Trump is popular because he stays in the consciousness of everybody. Whether it's good, whether it's good or it's bad, it doesn't matter. Everything brings attention to Trump. He's not stupid. He utilizes this like a fucking professional. Because he is.
He wants to give the
Because
wealth
he's
back
not.
to the public and have like proper capitalism as it should be,
Yeah.
based from like a roots level where you can start your own business from nothing.
Mm.
And he wants to bring that back into the country so people can get out of the shit they're in. And
Because
and,
he's
that,
a
and the
businessman.
big and the big
Yeah.
money men, the big money men and billionaires don't want that
No,
because
no.
they want to hold on. They want to hold
I
on
mean,
to their
he,
monopoly.
Unlike his predecessor, and obviously the people who went before him, he's a businessman. He's not a fucking
yeah,
politician.
exactly, exactly, John.
He plays the politician game, right? We know that.
Exactly.
Right? But at the end of the day, he's a businessman. Like you
He's a
said about China,
businessman.
everyone fucking
Exactly.
and everyone they say he's a bit of a dick and all that. I agree. He's a complete prick. But when it comes to business, like China, he went, well, if you charging us X amount of percentage, we'll do the same.
Exactly.
Right? They sue sharp shop and went, all right, okay, we're back down there because you're going to charge us more than what we're charging you. Trade starts happening, things go right. And then, and what people don't realise, he was in, he went to North Korea, he went to the, the Arab nations, all right. And what did he do? He sort of sorted out North Korea because he basically played them out of their own game. Went, well, okay, if you want to fucking fire weapons at me, we've got bigger weapons than you. You'll be fucked. And in layman's terms, that's what he said. And then what do you see? You see him walking along with fucking Kim Jong, whatever his name is, going, oh yes, we've had a bit of a chat. We're all right for now. He did the same with Russia. He's done the same. He did the same with the Arab nations, and there was a bit of peace on the Arab side. He did the thing, but people forget that. They just think, oh yeah, he's just an idiot. But look what he did, and then as soon as he went out, fucking Biden come in with his cronies and all the other deep state shit, and they fucked it all up. Now America's fucked anyway. They're a few trillion.
It's
in
not
debt.
just America, man. It's here too. It's the left that have really fucking fogged the system up. They really have.
Well, it's the old saying, isn't it? It's like if America catch a cold, the rest of the world does.
Well, yeah.
If you look on a financial side, if America fucking goes down, so do we.
Let's face it, guys. I mean, the U.S. is considered an empire, right? And empires fall. Empires fall no matter what. I mean, it's a common occurrence, and they'll do whatever it takes to stay afloat. But when you got, say, like places like South Africa going, well, hey, we're gonna start, we're gonna get rid of the trading in US dollars and go to the Chinese currency or whatever. Because the US is charging us too much. Fuck that shit. We're gonna side with China. And right now they're painting China as China and Russia as these monsters when they really have no idea about these two countries at all, other than, well, hey, they're stealing the jobs. But I mean, a lot of Canadian farmers are getting up, leaving Canada to go farm in Russia. What the fuck does that, what does that tell you?
Yeah.
Well, that's it. Well,
there's too many restrictions on farmers here in Canada. It's ridiculous.
Same thing's happening here.
Yeah.
They're
giving them the fucking land. Hey, come on over. We need farmers.
There's so much red tape and bureaucracy in farming these days.
Ridiculous.
And charges for this, charges for that for farmers. So they have to pay for this, pay for that because of red tape regulations.
Yeah.
That the farmers don't make any money anymore. It's
None.
It's almost like it's like a slave fucking labor force for the.
Exactly. You have to produce X amount or else.
And you've got to look at the history of it all as well, because obviously we were in the EU, which originally wasn't a big fucking super state.
Yeah.
We went into it and then it all fucked off. It all fucked up because they decided, right, we're going to rule you. We're going to tell you what to do. We're going to tell your farmers, you've got to do this, you've got to pay that. And it all went tits up. For England, we lost a lot of various things, but it's the same like you were saying about Russia, right?
Yep.
Whether or not you like Putin or not, it's a different matter. But obviously, there's the war going on in Ukraine, and what I'm going to say is controversial, but you need to look it up and understand it.
Mm-hmm.
With Ukraine, if you look at the political system, what it was, the only reason the current party are in power is because there was a political coup.
Yep.
Yeah. By
But
America.
before that,
Yeah.
well, yeah. So before that, Russia, they're in Ukraine and everything else, and it was all fine. There wasn't actually a massive issue. People were getting on with their lives. They were doing all right. Everything was all right. And then there was a big coup in Ukraine,
Mm-hmm.
and that come in. It all went a bit tits up, and they'll see.
Exactly.
And the reason why, because NATO want Ukraine to be part of that, so they can put fucking weapons across it. So you'll then look at it, and you'll have Russia with all the other countries which are on that side, the Ukraine and the other countries. I don't know. I can't tell you what they are, but all the other countries are part of NATO, and they have all weapons on the borders. Now, if you look at it from a Russian point of view, like they don't want any more fucking bits and pieces. They don't want more fucking weapons all along their borders. And they want back. They want Ukraine back, or Crimea, should I say, more than Ukraine.
Gaddafi spoke about this in his United Nations speech.
See, this is what I like about Frank. Frank brings this shit out. I love it, Frank.
I know what he's going to say.
He's an encyclopedia, and I love it.
But Gaddafi spoke about it, the bureaucracy in the United Nations and what they're doing.
Yeah.
And they're supposed to stand for this, but they don't. They're the exact opposite of what they're supposed to stand for. And he gave a long speech, like an hour and 40 minutes or hour and 50 minutes in the United Nations. Everybody should go and watch that. You get red pilled, totally red pilled by what he had to say.
Yeah,
because like that's the reason why they took Gaddafi out. It's because straight after what his address in the United Nations, they were in Libya and they took all his gold and they ran Gaddafi out of the country. They were straight after him. Fucking America, fucking Britain, every single fucking big country in the West was like, well, we got to get rid of him because he's dangerous. Because he's telling too much truth.
Everybody should watch that. His country. It's like
he spoke about Russia. He spoke about Russia at the time, and spoke about Ukraine. He spoke about
when you have a stern fucking leader in place like Putin, he becomes a threat.
Yeah, I mean,
he won't bend the knee. He won't bend the knee. Fuck yourself. Fuck yourself. Fuck yourself. And now we have to deal with that because he's not going to bend the knee. Well, hey, let's make fucking trouble for him. Of course, Ukraine, most of the people in Ukraine will fucking say, I welcome Russia because look at this guy in charge right now is a fucking rebel. He's a rebel. Hey,
and they were okay under the rule of Russia. They were okay.
Yeah,
I mean, and I'm not just speaking from what I've read. I how can I put it? I know someone who comes from Ukraine, and they lived there obviously when they were younger and all that, and their father, etc. And they said it was fine. There was no problem with Russia, and they had a lovely life. It was really great. And then as soon as the coup come in and everything happened, it all went tits up. And it just escalated to the stage now where we've got a war going on.
Well,
and I think
Putin didn't want to invade because all those outskirts countries to do with those regions on the outskirts of Ukraine and between Ukraine and Russia, like Georgia and all those other countries, they're all Russian speaking. They're all Russian citizens.
They're all Russian, regardless.
Putin didn't want any trouble at all.
None.
All he asked for is that the West would stop
stirring the fucking pot.
building biological weapons factories right on his border
Yeah.
and putting up bloody missile fucking launchers on his
Yeah.
border. They want him to move off the border.
I mean,
Don't
whether
encroach.
you like whether you like war or not, right? It's there. It happens, right? And to be fair, I don't know. I don't dislike him. I don't like him in that sense. You know,
Hey,
I'm on
doing
the
smart
fence.
guys.
But like, if he really was that much of a fucking tyrant and a nightmare, he would have fucking launched weapons by now at
Oh
everybody.
yeah.
Yeah.
This
But he didn't. He doesn't want to know about the rest of the fucking world.
No, it's got the largest nuclear arsenal in the world.
Yeah, whether it works or not is a
it
different matter.
hasn't been used yet. There's a reason for that.
Because he's sensible. He understand. I think he understands that. You know, you launch one thing, it'll end, and no one's going to do it. It'll end in fucking disaster.
It's going to change the whole landscape no matter what. Whoever
change the
fucking
world.
launches
If
that
that
first.
happens,
I mean, you look at Hiroshima with Japan,
yeah.
how it changed the landscape. If we were to have that today, we're talking about tenfold. Guys,
there'd be
they're
nothing
not
left.
stupid. Yeah, there'll be nothing left. They're not that stupid.
There'll be retaliation these days because everybody's got them now.
Well, that too, right? I mean, I don't think they're that fucking stupid. But hey,
no one's going to launch it. I mean, you look at it on a logical point of view. Yes, everyone's got the weapons, but if you have one country launch against fucking, I don't know, let's just say fucking America for argument's sake, right? They'll come back tenfold. It will then happen again. Other countries would get involved, and it will just be a wasteland. Okay, billions of people would die. No one wants that.
Wasteland.
No one wants it, and no one's going to have it. I mean, because there's no happy outcome. It wouldn't happen.
No,
you know,
absolutely not.
And also, don't forget, like you're talking about the EU. The EU was the Nazi plan to have a
super state,
to have a united European Union. That was the plan of the Nazi government.
You have control. You have better control over other countries.
But then
it's always a union. It's always a union.
Yeah.
They want a
but
union.
Lucky Britain, we got out of it, right? We got out of it, and obviously they made us like an example. Oh, you can't come out because we'll fine you, or we'll do something. But we didn't come back in, did we? Right, we didn't come back in. France go fuck you as well, although they're still in it. Still go fuck you, and eventually I think other countries would lead. You know, and other countries do the same.
Let me ask you guys.
Hold
on. Let me ask you guys. When do you think the EU will crumble? I mean, come on, let's face it. How long can this facade? It's crumbling now, but gone, period.
It would have been gone a lot quicker if we had a proper government in place at the time. We put all energy into manufacturing back into the UK so that we made our own stuff again. Then we wouldn't need to import from all these countries. We could make our own stuff again. That's when Britain was at its best, is when we made our own stuff.
Yeah. Like any country.
Yeah, like every country in the world. When they make their own stuff, they don't need another country to rely on.
They don't need well, that's globalism, right? I mean that's the effect of globalism.
Yeah, well, globalism, they want everybody to depend on everybody else.
Exactly. That was my point. Exactly.
There's nothing wrong with globalism, but
you need there's a but.
There's a but. You need a backup plan, right? You need a backup plan. So if you're all happy and in bed with all the other countries and you're doing bits and pieces, and then you fall out with one, you fall out with another, you need a backup plan. You need to still keep your resources being made.
Exactly.
And that's what hasn't happened yet. I mean, like you were saying, obviously we were saying earlier about Labour now being in. The one thing they have said, whether it happened or not is a different matter, we're going to renationalise the trains. Right? So when at the end of their contract, don't know where the end of the contract is, who fucking knows. But at the moment, if you look at it, half of British Rail isn't British. It's fucking owned by the French.
You know, I look at I lost my train of thought, and I hate that because I was reading what Spirit Brothers wrote, and there it is right there. But I look at things that have been, when you look at your country and you look at products that are known to be made in that country. I mean, Canada, I think of wheat, maple syrup, canola oil, and so on and so on.
I
Mustard
love your
seed.
maple syrup. Sorry.
Oh fuck, man, the maple syrup is incredible. But the thing is, it cost us so much money to sell it here, as opposed to importing it to other countries. It just it amazes me. It baffles my mind how you will fucking rook your own people into paying for this shit. And yet, when you send it across the ocean or wherever in this world, they pay a fraction of the cost. And that's like that with everywhere, right? I mean, you guys, I don't know. The UK, what are the UK notorious for exporting?
But
What are you guys notorious for exporting?
Nothing at the moment.
Nothing. But I mean, what
I, ju-
have
I just found a winning contract for the trains, for southeast trains anyway, for southeast. It ends
oh yeah, well,
on
when's it?
it expires on the 13th of October 2024 this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
the last contract expired 2021. This is the
okay, so we
2020
look at that then.
Southeastern
From what
Railways
there's
2021 OLR rail contract. And I'm on the government website, and it says DFT OLR Holdings Limited and Southeast Trains Limited. The contract between the Secretary of State and a State for Transport ends.
okay, so
Started on the 16th of October 2021. It ends on 13th of October 2024.
okay, so in 3 months' time, then, right? Theoretically, 3 months' time, or just before, they will announce that they're looking to renationalise it. That's not going to happen overnight, obviously. Let's
No.
just see if it happens then, because
Yeah.
they said as they come up, as the contracts come up. So obviously that southeast, that's coming up in October. We got 3 months. Will they do it? There's going to be a fuck up there, isn't there?
Well, it's
Hey,
in the right.
Karen,
It's,
how
it's
are you?
in it's in within time, isn't it? So they've got time to act on it.
Oh no, yeah, definitely. And they said that in their manifesto, and they've said that they're going to do it. So
But
let's see what happens.
if they don't do it, they come under a lot of shit. I'll tell you that.
Oh, you fucking know it. I mean,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can see
Exactly.
that. I can see it all going tits up within 4 years. All of it.
What do you guys say is the biggest issue in the UK right now that hasn't been addressed? That you're like, what the fuck? Why have they not addressed this
Immigration.
problem or well, yeah, that's the same here.
All these Canadians coming over, nicking our jobs.
Uh,
No, I don't think.
it's like we're fleeing here because of the immigration here, and we're going over there.
Oh,
It's
you know
bad
what?
here.
I think Frank's right
Hold on,
in the
guys.
sense
Hold
of
on. I'll be back.
immigration, right? But we've got to get this right. Like, if people, as soon as you start talking about immigration, you say, "Well, we've got to stop people coming over in the boats," blah blah blah. They go, "Oh, you're racist," or you're not letting people come in. But it's not. It isn't actually that. It's the fact that the more people who come over and they're not dealt with in the sense of either go back home or processed properly, the more
Yeah.
resources which are used, and then we're all in the shit, as we are finding.
It's not that. It's like all the homeless people on the streets are British, born and
Mhm.
bred, and all the people that come over illegally get a house, they're put on benefits, they get full fucking more benefit than anyone in Britain gets.
Guys, I hate to be a downer, but I'm going to have to cut this. I got to head out. But
Oh no,
Frank,
Oh,
start up a live stream because I'm going to
can't.
come
I
on
can't.
yours, buddy. Come
I can't.
on.
I can't. I've run out of hours.
Oh, damn. John, somebody.
I can't do it. I've got to go. I was going the next 10 minutes, so yeah, sorry. Otherwise, I would have.
Yeah, I got to head out, guys. Sorry, man. I was going to do a
That's
short
right.
stream anyways, but guys, awesome conversation. Thank you, boys. Thank you, mates. Thank you. You guys are awesome. And maybe I will come on later on. So Frank, if you're up later on, we'll go back live.
All right then, yeah. Because
All right, guys.
I've got no
Thanks for having
hours
us,
left.
Steve. Appreciate it.
Yeah, hey, John, thanks for coming up, man. Always great to have you, buddy. Guys and everybody in chat, take care. Awesome. And like I said, I'll send you guys a link in Discord or whatever.
Yeah.
Definitely going to go live later on. Take care, everyone.
Take care.
Later.